go. This is the final Izzy Hood tour guide recording that I'm doing right now. After this there won't be a next one in Izzy anyway. So right now I'm just going to take you up alongside the outskirts of the better parts of Islington, better parts of Izzy, although more rural and the more privileged areas, the privileged side of Islington, and this is roughly about where we're gonna be at in the next minute or two. Let me just. Alright, so we're back on now. Just had to pause so I can get to the part that I want to really show. Save a bit of time. So, like I said, this is Emz. Please Emz-Izzy, new channel. This is Emz speaking, and this is my last of my Izzy Hood tour guide part 5. This is the last footage I'm putting up of any type of Izzy Hood tour guide footage. Alright, so right now I'm on a bridge. There's many bridges in London, but this one is very special because it's called Suicide Bridge for starters. You can see it's got a great view, got a very nice view of the city at large, most of the east side of it. Alright, Canary Wharf can be seen from here, and a few other very renowned monumental buildings are in the distance there, which I'm not going to point out. If you can recognise anything there, you recognise it. Anyway, this bridge here, people have jumped off there. This bridge has been reported, and this extra fence to make it harder for people to do so. And people, when they're, the mood takes them, or things get in their head, or demons take over their brain, they can do crazy things, man. Jumping over this bridge, taking your life as crazy as it is, but to jump over this bridge and process to do it, I think there must be a more, if that's what you want to do, which I'm not condoning, to be honest with you. I don't agree with that shit. I get why people, find life hard at times and whatever, and it's difficult and whatnot, but that's not the way. Take it from me. Because even when you're down, and I've been in many very, very turmoil, turbulent situations in my life, okay, more than a handful and then some. Without getting into the numbers game, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel if you just have a positive mental attitude, and a bit of faith goes a long way. So, and it's not over till it's over, to be honest with you. Like the saying goes, it's not over till the fat lady sings. So it's night time, so you can see the whole of the city lit up in the distance there. Alright, but obviously where it's far out, you're not going to get a great view, but I can see it better than obviously probably the recording can, but I can see the recording showing it. Alright, it's late, early dawns, graveyard shift mode right now. Saturday night on Suicide Bridge. I'm in Highgate, and I'm showing the outskirts of Izzy. So yeah, I'm gonna give you much more of touring, because I think that kind of me speaking and touching on Suicide Bridge there, which is a big landmark in Islington, it's a very renowned site. The bridge is very different. This is the alley the side of the bridge. It's a step alley, it goes down. You probably can't see much because it gets dark, man. This alley at night time, you ain't gonna see much at all. So, see the bus going up there in a second. I'm not gonna go down this alley because I'm not really trying to walk all the way down there, and it doesn't really lead to nothing apart from the lower bit of the road. So, showing you the alley right by the bridge. It's a step alley, pathway, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, it's a lot of monumental sites, landmarks in Islam. That one's got a more like a sensitive reason why though. It's a sight to see type of thing to say. But yeah, alright, so this road goes all the way down to Hornsey, Upper Hornsey. Hornsey is very massive. It cuts through Holloway, Seven Sisters, which goes up towards Tottenham, which I explained in one of my last footages, the one in Finsbury Park. So yeah, there's a lot of intersection roads which cut through obviously other roads, big roads in Islam, which is most of London. Most of the main roads will lead on to other bits in the borough, in the area. If you just follow the straight road, usually it cuts off, and you know, it separates into, well, it doesn't separate, it expands out into other little areas, of course. Excuse me if I'm not finding my wording. It is late, me smoking, trying to cut down on my bud intake. You can see Hornsey Lane. Alright, posh flats over these sides. This is Hornsey Lane though. It leads down towards Hornsey, the outskirts of Izzy. Most of the yards you find up here, and the estates you find up here, are going to be private. They're going to be owned. It's a different part of town. It's the same borough. Alright, gated community yards and all of that. Can't even be seen like looking in there for too long, because someone sees me doing that, then they're going to call Babylon and thinking that I'm going to be up to, I might be up to something. So there you go. We've got a straggler coming off towards us right now, boys, people. Yeah, he's obviously pissed out of his head. Saturday night, looked a bit wobbly. So, not bothering people, stay in my lane and defend my honour at all times if needed to be, no problem. I'm capable and more so than most. Alright, so I can just stroll along as I've done many nights, walking around on my Jack Jones, and I can feel pretty comfortable and confident. Well, very actually. Alright, that's another private estate over there. Just gonna go to where that light, that street light is, that lamppost, and then I'm gonna turn back. I'm gonna walk all the way down to Hornsey Road. That's a myth right now, to be honest with you. One, because I need to go chill off the light up to because it's just something. It's a bit of a little walk down. As you can see, at night time you're not going to really see too many people. That's why I love the night time, because people are very irritating. I have to admit, I've not grown fond of people over the years. Not to say I'm antisocial, but people can really, have ulterior motives and just really mess up your energy. And this is the part I'm going to touch on to before I end my Izzy Hood tour guide, part 5, extended, extra extended. Alright, there we go. It's going on a bit longer than I thought I'll be recording for, but that's alright, because I'm not on a time limit anyway. Alright, these sides here, let me just give you a quick story while I'm walking back up. For the man them who are from around these ways, I mean literally this side of Islington, they would be used to like doing certain things when shit got critical, coming around these outskirt parts to basically do little bits of, moves, work, which basically, criminality to get their P's up, because you've got a lot of people around here with P's, a lot of posh people, and they're not going to be so, resistant. You put a bit of force and aggression into things, they're going to cooperate 9 times out of 10, to be honest with you. If they don't, then, either way, without even talking on some next type of stuff, you would even need to do that half of the time, because all you really could do, still creepers, and for the man them who know that what that is, they know what that is. Simple as, really. So I'm not here trying to promote that type of stuff anyway. All I'm just letting you know is that once or twice I've had to venture around these ways many, many years ago, just to resort to a bit of, just to reposition, get myself back on my feet type of shit. So once or twice, and that's for the record. That to be honest with you, I ain't promoting that type of shit. That shit don't go on as much as it used to, because we're in different times, and I don't know no one who does that myself personally no more, and I definitely don't. So I'm not promoting it, but it is what it is out here. And before I should make that point be known. So yeah, man them who live around these ways, like the busy boys, busy block, alright, it'll be easier for them to know their location, because this is like their back garden, it is their doorstep, so they would be more easily to do certain things where a certain man like myself would have to go on bike, get on transport to come down to these ways and find something doing, if that makes sense. Place looks dodgy at night time, can't lie. I'm kind of getting a bit lost myself here right now. I think I missed my turn off. Yes, I did. There we go. So just gonna bust this next right and then wrap it up. That's what I'm looking to do. Ain't as quiet as I reckon it would be, considering it is nearly 2 in the morning. I suppose it is Saturday. We light up my drink. Second people. There we go. Back on. pause to get my smoke on quickly. Alright. So basically all it is simple as this, really. Didn't mean I even saying that. Yeah, it's a thought to myself. But yeah, all it is this. I ain't doing no more Izzy Hood talk, guys, because there's so many I can do of Izzy. And even though I'm from Izzy, I'm not just trying to be about seclusion, division, okay? I'm about basically trying to unite the intellectual and brave, pure minds and hearts out here. Uncorrupted minds and pure hearts. So I'll be probably, if I do the tour guide stuff again, probably I will be starting off in a different borough that I've lived in. But I'm not going to be doing one in Islington. Because all I'm trying to say is, they want to program people now. Yeah, not preaching. I'm speaking my mind. And I'll speak my mind if I feel like it. That's what I do. I'm not going to button up and go on some placid mode to make people feel easy. The truth hurts, and I suppose sometimes people don't want to hear the truth more times. That's why people don't mix around truth tellers too much. So as I've basically started getting on my path and progression, which life is about progression, elevation, all that stuff. A lot of people are stuck in the same old mindset, but that's just how it goes sometimes. I'm not better than nobody because I'm doing this, and I'm not saying this to try and go on like I'm better than people. What I'm saying is, in life, they say once a man, twice a child. So I ain't got time to be doing kiddie stuff when I've already gone through my childhood. Stuff I'm on because I'm a grown ass man. I've been through a lot of shit, which I don't need to get into right now. If you know, you know. Long story short, all of this division and beef from each other based on different postcodes, area, what's it called, jurisdiction differences of separation is what doing something spontaneously which is non-harmful, which I could pick many examples right now, but I can't be bothered. That's like, it's abnormal. Alright, they've got people in a very low state of vibration. And we need to start looking at each other and basically thinking on a negative tip, comparing ourselves to others. Whoever wants to compare themselves with anybody, that's stupid, because at the end of the day, they're them and you're you. Now, I'm on my own path, okay? I've got ties to a lot of people. I ain't disrespecting no one. This ain't for no one directly. This is just to say that I'm from Islington, but I've lived all over London. I'm not just repping Islington. I rep myself as a Londoner, as a black man in London. And yeah, but a lot of people seem to, instead of being awakened from the situation of what has transpired, the changes that has come in the last few years, it's that they've actually gone more withdrawn within themselves, and they're not using their brain, they're not clicking, and they need to start seeing things in a very narrow-minded view and start opening up their minds to see things wider. Yeah, segregation is what Hitler wanted. Hitler, Adolf, okay? Let's come off of this stupidness and start thinking a bit more broadened with this type of shit, really and truly. Like, I'm already knowing what I'm saying and how I'm feeling, and I'm not saying this to preach once again. So if you feel what I'm saying, you feel me. If you don't, you don't. It's not gonna be for everybody anyway. And yeah, people need to come out into the open more and stop living in the darkness like that fox over there. Proving me right now. Alright? Open up your eyes, man. Emz. Till next time, God willing, I'm out. Peace.